The gaming industry in the UK is probably the biggest in Europe. London itself, I think, is the biggest gaming hub in Europe and the third worldwide.
We are known for our creativity, our innovation, our technical capability.
There's a lot of things that de-risk us as a UK-based business because there's these funding opportunities like the UK Games Fund. It's almost like a stamp of approval.
We've got a massive talent pool for the industry. And the cool thing about that is that it's not just London, right? It's super diverse, spread out all over the UK.
The UK government is really empowering us to become a successful and thriving studio.
The UK is fantastically well connected and increasingly a destination of choice to build great games.
My name's Sarah York and I'm the founder of Panda Cat Games. We really wanted to create something that kind of challenged the status quo. So we were like, okay, let's see if we can make a studio that's completely flexible working, remote workers, and we can do this outside of our regular freelance work. Over the next year, we really want to get our first game out. That's the #1 goal for us. We also want to become a sustainable studio. So the opportunities that we've had to connect to potential business internationally is through the DBT trade mission. The great thing about that is that they'd actually set up meetings for us with platform holders, with investors and publishers. So at Panda Cat, it was really important for us that we find unique perspectives to make more innovative experiences. So how we've been able to do that is to have everything remote, flexible, online. We all just communicate through online platforms. And that means we can be a lot more inclusive to, people who might not be able to work at a traditional 9-to-5 studio. So we've got people from like Turkey, Spain, America. We've got mums with kids. We've got people who have unique circumstances. And they're people who have a lot of amazing ideas and they haven't been given the opportunity to use them. So for us, that's been amazing, and we really believe that's been our secret sauce. There are a lot of programs set up for people like me to speak to very experienced, successful business owners and to get direct support from them, because with organizations like Ukie, Game Republic, Women in Games, there's just so many organizations that are really trying to help businesses like ours. So it made sense to set up our business here and get that support.
I spend a lot of time on government relationships, meeting amazing games companies from across the UK, and looking at new opportunities, new ideas for them to grow and develop. I'm Nick Poole. I'm Chief Executive of UK Interactive Entertainment, Ukie. We're super excited about the export strength of UK games in the global community, and so we've been working with DBT to take games businesses out to kind of big events, really, things like the Global Developers Conference, GDC, in San Francisco. So we work with DBT to create a sort of business hub for indie studios. The last time we went out there, we did about £40 million worth of new business in the course of a week, and a lot of that money then brings value back into the UK economy. I believe that our creativity and our creative industries are what makes the UK stand out in a global economy. I think our ability to forge new IP is what will drive the strengths and competitiveness of the UK in an age of AI and automation. And I believe that our video games industry has been a hidden strength of the UK. It's come out into the open. People now know that we are a global leader in developing great games that people love and enjoy. The most exciting development for us is the industrial strategy. We now have a government-level policy that situates games as one of the frontier industries for the UK economy, that says we are one of those industries with the greatest growth potential. And so to us, the dialogue with government is much more about how do we achieve that potential rather than pushing against a closed door. We have a brilliant framework of tax reliefs for UK games businesses. They sit alongside other creative industry reliefs. And in a country where, our labour costs aren't necessarily the lowest, those tax reliefs really make us competitive with other territories. The UK is a phenomenal gateway to global markets, unparalleled in my experience. We are, on the doorstep of Europe. We have strong trading relationships with America, but building new trading relationships with other partners and territories. We see huge demand for UK know-how. We have an amazing work-for-hire community in the UK that are really global partners are beating a path to our door to help make great games. So what makes me proud is that the work we do day by day with the UK government is growing an industry that's touching the lives of billions of players and delivering billions back into the UK economy.
I'm Maria Sayans. I'm CEO at ustwo Games. We are an independent game studio based in London. We make mainly mobile games, but increasingly PC and console. Our best-known games are Monument Valley, the Monument Valley series, Alba Wildlife Adventure. Monument Valley came out in 2014. It was at a time when mobile feature phones were becoming massive. I don't think a game like that could have been made anywhere else in London in the 2010s, sort of that attitude of bringing design and art to mobile phones. But it's been a massive success worldwide. We've had over 160 million people play these games, over 100 million of them in China. So it's like the majority of our players are global and outside of the UK. ustwo Games is not a big company, and yet we're serving hundreds of millions of players all over the world. And the only way we can do that is with close partnerships with some of the big tech giants and big companies in the world, people like Apple and Netflix and Google, Tencent in China. It's only been possible for us to do that because being in London gives you a certain visibility. A lot of these companies have big centers in the UK. ustwo Games has been making games for now over 10 years. And the support that we've received from the UK government, like tax support, being able to have access to tax incentives that allow us to manage our cost base in a way that makes us competitive with other centers. Having access to trade missions and events such as the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, China Joy, Gamescom, massive European event for the games industry. The support of government allows us to access these events in a way that would be cost prohibitive for a company of our size and actually very, very complex to do. The UK government is really supporting the games industry, and increasingly so, across a variety of fronts, from funding to access to talent and training, to the cultural celebration of games. One of the things that makes London in particular a very resilient ecosystem when it comes to games, many other places depend on really big companies for their gaming ecosystem, whereas London is much more resilient because it's made up of so many companies.
The UK games industry has the people and the innovative ideas to make successful games across the world.
We see huge demand for UK know-how. We have an amazing work-for-hire community in the UK that are really global partners are beating a path to our door to help make great games.
I grew up in Spain, and I always looked to the UK as the coolest place in the world.